Call this meeting of the Madison School Board to order. Ms. Humphrey, can you please call the roll?
President Thompson.
Present.
Vice President Causey.
Here.
Member Gresham. Member Holcomb.
Here.
Member Hunt.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. I think people are still logging on, but the first item is adoption of the agenda. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved. Second.
There's a motion and a second by Mr. Hunt and Mr. Holcomb. If people are still, is everybody logged in? Okay, we can go ahead and vote. Can you see the vote? Because the computers aren't, these aren't on, so I can't see what the vote is. No. Motion passes unanimously. Just push the button. Oh, where's the button? Hiding behind. There we go. I got it. It's promotion day. It's totally okay. It's totally okay. Dr. Guerin, you want to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance today? Thank you. Is there any need for executive session today? Hearing none, I'll move to Superintendent's report. Dr. Guerin.
President Thompson, members of the board, cabinet, and guests. It is hard to believe that this is the last board meeting in May and tomorrow is the last day of school. Over the last few weeks, I've attended so many special events, too many to name. I continue to be amazed at the students' creativity and passion for their work and inspired by the educators that do so much extra day in and day out to help the students reach their full potential. A huge thank you to the volunteers and staff that work hard to organize all of our end of the year activities. We owe a huge debt of gratitude to our parents and community volunteers. They all help to make our schools truly special places. Congratulations to our promoting 8th grade class of 2025. You are to be celebrated for your hard work and dedication. Please come back to visit us, all the adults who shared in your journey. Teachers absolutely love when you come back, so they understand that they had a small part in your journey and your success. We cannot wait to see all that you will accomplish. This is Mr. Merrill's last board meeting with us as the cabinet rep. I'd like to take a moment to recognize Chris Merrill, principal of MTA, for his outstanding service on the cabinet this year. Mr. Merrill, honestly, your contributions had a meaningful impact. You ensured that the voices of the building leaders were consistently represented and did have an impact in our decision-making process. And Chris, over the years, anytime you're asked to take on a new task, challenge, or role, you move forward with your whole heart. You have a positive attitude and a solution-focused mindset. You always prioritize the needs of students and staff, and your heart is for Madison. Thank you for your steady leadership, dedication, and unwavering commitment to our school community. We will miss you and your sense of humor and your sports conversations with Deputy Marshall and Cabinet. A special thanks to all the staff who support our students this year. You are simply incredible educators and make an impact on students' lives each and every day. I hope everyone's summer is filled with enjoying family and friends, balanced with some adventures and restful relaxation. May you and your family find time to do what brings you joy. Have a wonderful summer, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Guerin. Now on to board member reports. Mr. Holcomb.
Thank you. Yes. I do hope everyone has a wonderful summer and gets excited about coming back to Madison. Staff, students, and families all. Got the opportunity with the other board members to go to the Rose Lane groundbreaking. It was phenomenal. Thinking about the building and that too. But what really struck me was the community. The students, the staff, the families that were there. It was just phenomenal. There's little kids sitting and cheering through that whole long ceremony. The choral performance of the Yellow Brick Road, which I thought was very appropriate. It was just a phenomenal event, and I'm so glad we had that. I'm really and even more so than ever, looking forward to having that school built. And we've all been going through the promotions. Again, the promotions have been great too. Such a supportive group from the audience, the students. I'm going to have to work out this arm because this arm is going to be oversized because of all the handshaking. And there's some, particularly the last one, there's some really hard vice grip handshakes that we got, which was great again to be able to do the handshakes. Last thing too, while I was over at the Madison too, I don't know if you noticed it, they have flashing up there programs from next year's theater and music series. We've been trying to get that going for many years, and this summer, after they get things straightened out with the new ticketing system, we'll all have the opportunity to do the series, and that also very much excites me. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Hope. Ms. Causey.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd just like to echo Dr. Guerin's end of year thank you and wishes for the summer. You said it all very perfectly, and also echo Board Member Holcomb's comments. I'd like to again just thank everyone for quite an extraordinary year since the pandemic. It just feels like every year just feels a little bit better, and this year felt like a whole lot better, exponentially, and just because of the work of everybody involved in the district and moving us forward in ways that are in little and small and also mind-blowing. Want to wish the Out of See the Mind teams good luck as they embark on World Finals, which, having participated in that, is quite an undertaking. I'm sure they will do outstanding, but more critically will have memories and experiences that will last for a lifetime. And just want to thank my fellow board members for a really wonderful year. It's always an honor to serve with you, and Mr. Merrill, we'll miss you terribly. I was able to kind of pretend that maybe my boys were still in 4th grade for the year since I got to see you at least twice a month. So it's truly, you will certainly be missed. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hunt.
Yeah, just echo what everybody else said. Want to say thanks to Rose Lane for hosting us for the groundbreaking. Just really, that's going to be an incredible facility to serve our community for decades and decades to come. So really excited for that. To all the promoting 8th graders, promoting 4th graders, congratulations to all of the staff, certified and classified. Incredible work this year, a really, really safe, healthy, productive year in Madison schools, and it's been a pleasure to join the board, and I look forward to the future. Have a great summer, relax, sleep some more, and rest up, and we'll see you in the fall.
Thank you. I'll make a brief comment. I also want to thank everyone for a wonderful school year. Congratulations to our 8th graders on moving on to high schools around the valley. Best wishes for continued success. Congratulations to all of our students on finishing a year very strong. Thank you to our faculty and our staff for the fantastic work you've done. And I also want to recognize that there are some administrators and some teachers who are working throughout the summer. And even those teachers who are off are still doing professional development. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for doing that as well. Mr. Merrill, if I had remembered it was your last meeting, I would have made you lead us in the pledge. So you got off the hook. I thought we had you for one more in June, but you're off the hook this time. Just know when your school comes back for a night, you might be doing the pledge with your students. But thank you for a wonderful year. Your insights are always so valuable, and we deeply appreciate you. Next is the consent agenda. Is there anyone who wants to pull any items off the agenda? And if not, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Causey, seconded by Mr. Holcomb. Please vote. Maybe it's in a mood.
Of course it's in the mood. It's the almost last day of school. Might we do a voice vote?
Is there a voice vote? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Oh, it's nothing with us.
Our technology has moved to voice out.
Ah, there we go. Okay, next item on the agenda is call to the public. Pursuant to board policy, time has been set aside for a call to the public. This is an opportunity for individuals to address the entire board in a public setting to express their views and concerns. State law limits our ability to respond to these concerns made during call to the public. However, we do hear your remarks and ask that the superintendent follow up to provide us with information regarding any issues raised. To keep us on schedule, each speaker has no more than 3 minutes. And I believe we have one call to the public in person, but not online. Okay, our speaker is Shannon DeLuna. Can you please come forward? Please come up to the lectern. As a courtesy, you'll be notified there's a beep and a little timer there that'll let you know when your 3 minutes are up. At the end of your 3 minutes, we ask that you conclude your remarks. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for having me. Good evening, members of the board. My name is Shannon DeLuna, and I'm here today not just as a parent, but as a mother who has watched her daughter carry far more than any child should ever have to bear. My daughter is an 8th grader in the district at Madison number 1. She has worked hard to finish this school year strong, and she did so while still grieving the loss of her brother, my son, who passed away from cancer a few years ago. That kind of heartbreak leaves a permanent mark, and yet through all of it, she's remained resilient. She's stayed in school, she has shown up, and she has done her best. Last Wednesday, she was told she could not participate in today's graduation ceremony, not because of grades and not because of behavior, but because of a financial debt tied to a stick-on sign that she damaged weeks ago on an incident for which she already served a school suspension for. That was her consequences, and she accepted it. We accepted it, but now after having already paid emotionally and socially for that mistake, she's being punished again, this time in a way that directly impacts her memories, her dignity, and her sense of closure. I understand that actions have consequences, but I also believe consequences must be fair and they must end. Punishment should not be drawn out indefinitely, and it should never be tied to a family's ability to pay. My daughter did something wrong, but she is not a bad child. She is a grieving sister, a hardworking student, and a child who just wanted to walk across the stage today with everyone else. This isn't just about our family, though. It's about how we treat students who are already navigating hardship. It's about whether we value compassion as much as we value policy. I urge the board to consider the impact that these decisions and to ensure that no student is denied a moment that they've earned because of something their family can or cannot afford. Let's not teach our kids that money matters more than growth, or that mistakes define them more than perseverance does. After emailing 5 board members last week, I've waited almost a week. I haven't received a response from the 5 board members or the assistant superintendent. But I do want to thank you all for your time today and for considering not just what's policy, but what is right. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. DeLuna. And we can't comment on the matter. Dr. Guerin will be following up, but I also want to congratulate your daughter on her promotion, and good luck in high school. Next item is board policies for second read. Dr. Guerin.
President Thompson, members of the board, cabinet, and guests. Before I hand it over to Ms. Marshall to review her second policies, I'd like to share that we moved Dr. Lomali's second read policies to the meeting in June because her child is graduating from high school today at Sunny Slope. So I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Marshall.
Thank you. President Thompson, members of the board, members of cabinet, the items that we bring forward in Part 6, the board policies, are all related to statutory requirements. So this is policy catching up with current statutes. There are no changes to the first read that we brought at the previous board meeting, with the exception of item 6.5 for IGA, the curriculum development. As you'll recall, they are recommending the strike through because there is no statutory requirement for a teacher to participate on curriculum committees. the conversation that we had at that first read, that it has been district practice to include teachers, and that we feel it makes for a stronger committee. So we have reworked the language that the Arizona School Boards Association has recommended as a strike-through, to note that our district practice incorporates certificated personnel participation for work on curriculum committees. So that's the only change that was made from the first read, and we ask that you approve the new policies.
Thank you, Ms. Marshall. Questions, Mr. Holcomb?
Yes, I want to thank you for responding to that. I do think it's important each time when we get these policies, particularly when we have positive practices like that, that we do reflect it in policy, not only just to show that we're doing it, but as we move forward, that ingrains that going forward, and people understand it's not just something that we do because we've been doing it, but that we also document it this way. So I appreciate that change being made.
Any other questions? I too like the language, so thank you for including that. Ms. Humphries, can we move these as one batch, or do we need to do them one at a time? We can move them as a batch. Is there a motion to approve the board policies for second read, 6.2, 6.3, 6.4, and 6.5?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Holcomb, seconded by Mr. Hunt. Please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Next item on the agenda, item 7.1, the ASBA political agenda. Mr. Hunt.
Yes, so you have this printed in front of you. You also have it here on board docs. The only amendment was to number 4, where we added the last sentence, but I'll read the whole thing. Establish a permanent solution to compensate for the exemption of Prop 123 funding, maintaining funding at the same levels it was established with passage in 2016. And this is the new part. And with no Arizona constitutional protections for vouchers, empowerment scholarship accounts, and no private school subsidies, school tuition organizations. That was based on the conversation that we had at the last school board meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Hunt. Are there any questions? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the ASBA political priorities for the Madison School Board?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Causey, seconded by Mr. Holcomb. Please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Yes.
If I may, I apologize. I think we all are thankful for Board Member Hunt, both for going through this in the detail you did and in giving a fresh set of eyes. I think both of those are very helpful. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yes, go ahead.
So I encourage you after this experience, which will be an experience in September, I promise, that you
Yes, it
consider
will.
serving on the ASBA Legislative Committee, because I think it's nice to kind of play the role as the Madison, designee, but then also to be involved in taking what districts provide and putting them into a cohesive legislative agenda that's then presented to the membership. So looking forward, something to consider.
If I may, I served on that a number of years ago as well. And not only is it, I think your experience and insight would be helpful to the legislative committee, I found that to be a hugely satisfying and good learning experience, because you get together with board members who are really interested in these things from across the state.
Yep.
And I found personally it was very enlightening for me, and I think it would be very good for you as well.
Agreed, and I think as a school board member in Maricopa County, but as someone who graduated from a school in a small rural county, I think you'll bring a welcome perspective to that committee if you're interested in serving. Hint, hint. And see, we're just dragging this on, so you can't get done. Mr. Merrill, we heard how much time you said we thought we'd be done with this meeting. I'm just kidding. I have no idea what number he picked. Dr. Guerin, future meetings.
President Thompson, members of the board, cabinet, and guests, we do have one more meeting over the summer, June 17th. Actually, I take that back because the legislature is still in session and we don't have a budget. I anticipate us having a June 17th meeting and then also an additional June 30th meeting because we need to share a proposed budget and then we need 10 days in between that we adopt the budget along with a public hearing. We need to make sure we meet all the statutory requirements in passing next year's budget. So therefore, please plan on June 17th. We're going to start at 2 o'clock with an executive session for my evaluation and an emergency planning update where you will receive some of the same training our staff has received. Then we'll move on into the study session from 3:30 to 5 where cabinet will provide a strategic planning update on the work that we've been doing based on the Madison Action Team's recommendations. And then Jason Piankowski will provide a Cognia update because we just went into that deep dive for recertification and there are lessons to be learned that we as administrators and school staff have been working through and we'd like you to have an update on that as well. And then we will have our public hearing on truth and taxation, and then we will move into our typical items. And so there are many annual items that are attached to this meeting, and we will do our second read on Dr. Lomali's board policies. Then on June 30th, we will meet in person for those that can't, on the phone for those who can't be in person, to move forward with the budget. And then you actually get a few weeks off until near the end of July.
Thank you, Dr. Guerin. Any questions or comments for Dr. Guerin on the future agenda? Okay, hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn today's meeting?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Holcomb, seconded by Mr. Hunt. Please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Meeting is adjourned.